Hello, and welcome to my reflection of the four significant events or moments that I've experienced in the last spring semester. The first significant event I want to talk about is our e-poster biology assignment. In this assignment, we were divided into groups to create an e-poster on a chosen topic, and our group picked IVF, in vitro fertilization technology. This assignment was especially meaningful to me because my parents suffered from infertility before they had me and had to greatly rely on drugs for successful pregnancy. Although they didn't use IVF, it was still meaningful for me to learn about this method that helped infertile couples to have children. Thanks to all the research that we did on IVF, I've been able to add obstetrics as one of my potential future specialty. What can be more meaningful than bringing joy to couples through giving them a child, right? And here's a video of me talking about the epidemiology of infertility as part of the assignment. Like my family, there are a lot of couples around the world having the same problem of infertility. Actually, WHO states that 48.5 million couples have this problem, and that is almost 15% of all couples in the world. And although there are variations among nations, the average rate of infertility is still 8 to 12%. The second event that defined this semester for me was the panel discussion on personal identity formation as part of the Introduction to Professionalism class. All the guest speakers were open and shared very practical experiences that we can all relate to, now or in the future. I especially remember Dr. Ling's story on collecting married women's sexual health data as a male medical student, which required great empathy and creativity for his team to complete the task effectively. We had a lot of fun talking about those stories, and throughout the semester, I think I learned about empathy in medicine the most through this particular story. As Dr. Tak, one of the guest speakers, left the room for another meeting, he gave each of us a copy of Ho Chi Minh's letter to healthcare workers in 1955. It was a very precious gift of the spirit that we all value very much. The next memorable moments in the last semester are related to my club, VinUni Harmony. Ever since I arrived at Vin University, they're like my second family. We love each other more and more through each activity together, and Green Sports Day was one of them. We practiced really hard after class for our 2 performances, and I was a vocalist in one of them. This event coincided with the week of my birthday, and despite our limited time for practice, the club members still managed to throw me a birthday party. One of our guitarists even gave me a few lines of freestyle rap tailored just for me. Together, VinUni Harmony members also joined an elective class called Music Appreciation, which was also a highlight of my spring semester. Through the class, we got acquainted with Mrs. Lien Tik, our amazing instructor, and learned a lot about music, one of my favorite things to spend time with. Although compared to the first 2, this is not exactly a moment, but since my collective moments with VinUni Harmony cannot be excluded from my experience of the last semester, I have to list them here. Last but not least, let's talk about one of the most shocking events of the past school year, our sudden move out. The school's decision to send out most students home 1 month prior to the formal conclusion of the school year came as a shock to everyone, including me. We had to do a lot of packing in the span of just a few days, and I was one of the students who chose to stay at the dorm, but eventually had to move out when the school changed its policy and closed the option of staying on campus. It was an absolutely abrupt end to our first year at VinUni, and unlike the previous 3 events, this event is memorable because of the pain it caused rather than positive memories. Anyways, online learning has actually tested our limits as students, and despite our learning distance, we still managed to create impressive projects at the end of the school year. Let's look at part of what my group created in the conclusion session for our Ho Chi Minh ideology class. So those are the 4 events that marked my last semester. Although there are incomplete things and things I want to change, it was an overall very rewarding experience, and I hope to have greater memories in the future years.